What is going on, guys? Sageartz here, and in today's video I'm going to be briefly going over and explaining all the main members of Public Safety Special Division 4 and just everything you need to know about public safety in general. So if this is your first time stumbling upon the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any more Chainsaw Man videos, because we are definitely about to turn up with the Chainsaw Man videos during this anime run. And this video will contain mild spoilers for Chainsaw Man in relation to Special Division 4 and their abilities and their overall characters to a degree. I won't be diving heavily into the plot. And if you want more in-depth videos on specific characters, check out their standalone videos on the channel, and I'll be adding more as time goes on. So during the end of episode 1, we see the fateful meeting of Makima and Denji, following the absolute massacre served up by Denji in his Chainsaw Man form to the zombie devil and his servants. Makima offers Denji the choice of either being put down by her as a devil or working for public safety under her. So after Denji agrees to work with her, we get a short breakdown from Makima on how Tokyo's public safety works, and we get the introduction of Aki Hayakawa as Denji's mentor and supervisor. So public safety employs individuals who are willing to fight against devils, given the fact that devils are instinctually hostile towards humans. And of course some devils are an exception to this, but the majority seek the extinction of the human race and want them to suffer, which is why there's a need for devil hunters in the world. Also, it's probably better if I make this distinction early on. In addition to there being public safety devil hunters who work as an organization under the government, similar to how any real world law enforcement would work, there's also private sector devil hunters who work more like bounty hunters and freelancers. They get commissions for specific devils to be eliminated, and on occasion they can also take tasks with public safety that they can get paid for. So a good example of this is looking at Denji, who in the first episode was killing devils with Pochita to earn money. But to turn the attention back to public safety, given the major threat of devils, public safety doesn't discriminate when it comes to using whatever they can to fight back, so be it devils, fiends or humans. They'll use whatever they can to help their cause, so long as they're reliable. But the majority of public safety is filled with humans who make contracts with devils already captured by public safety, so they can actually combat stronger devils. Public safety also has various divisions where individuals are placed into depending on ability, circumstance, etc. But today we are focusing on the members of the experimental Special Division 4 created by Makima. So the first person we have is none other than our main character Denji. After the death of Denji's father, he became indebted to none other than the Yakuza, since his father failed to pay off his debt before he died. So he had to take on that burden himself at a very young age. Shortly after he was informed of this, he came into contact with Pochita, a chainsaw dog devil who would later become his pet, and he formed a contract with the injured Pochita that in exchange for his blood, the two would protect one another. Fast forward to the future, Denji and Pochita are devil hunting to earn money to try and pay off their seemingly endless debt, but they get double crossed by the Yakuza who made a deal with the zombie devil, which results in the duo getting killed. However, Pochita makes a contract with Denji where he becomes his heart in exchange for Denji living and showing Pochita his dreams, which is how Denji becomes Chainsaw Man. In regards to Denji as a person, initially he's portrayed as a rather unhinged and selfish individual in the respect of living for his dreams, but these traits, which can be seen mainly as negative, do stem from his lack of education growing up the way he did as an orphan and the absence of love and affection in his life. As a result of this, he definitely has a soft spot for women, especially pretty women, while on the other hand he couldn't give a damn about guys. But while he's chasing his dreams for a better life, we learn Denji is a very grateful, make the most out of your situation type of guy. And he's a character which is still developing and growing, since he is only 16 at the start of the series. But going on to Denji's powers after fusing with Pochita, Denji now has a chainsaw cord on his chest, and he can now transform into a chainsaw devil. His Chainsaw Man form has chainsaws stemming from his arms and head, and he uses these chainsaws to battle, which is definitely gruesome and bloody to watch if I do say so myself. His Chainsaw Man transformation significantly boosts all his physical attributes as well, but since he has the powers of a devil, he can also regenerate his injuries through consuming blood, as a result of his case being an anomaly where he's fused with a devil and has become somewhat of a hybrid, retaining his human mind, but now being able to transform into a chainsaw devil. Denji is also practically immortal and can't be killed, and when he's downed in battle or preparing to fight, you'll see Denji revving his cord to activate his abilities. But with that being said, that's pretty much it for Denji. So now we'll be moving on to the next main character of the series and member of Public Safety Special Division 4, Aki Hayakawa. Aki is first introduced to us in the second episode of Chainsaw Man, and he serves to be Denji's superior in public safety, entrusted with the duty of showing Denji the ropes and reality that comes with being a public safety devil hunter. Although he and Denji initially don't get off on the right foot, due to how different they are as people and their values, we learn that Aki is a pretty good guy and has a strong hatred for devils due to the fact that his family was killed by a gun devil right before his eyes many years ago, which is the reason why he wants revenge on the gun devil, and it's his main reason for joining public safety in the first place. And honestly, this is actually a lot of people's reasoning for entering this field of work. due to the Gun Devil incident. In relation to how Aki is as a person, he's very calm and collected, but he can only tolerate so much nonsense until he might snap a little. He's also very tenacious and is willing to complete his missions no matter what it takes, whether it be at the cost of his own well-being or life, though he doesn't wish the same for his teammates. Moving on to Aki's ability, he has a multitude of contracts made with devils that enable him to fight in various ways outside of basic hand-to-hand combat and swordplay. He has a contract with the Fox Devil, and by making a hand sign that resembles a fox's head and saying the word Kon, he can summon the Fox Devil at the location he's at to batter down on his enemies. His next devil contract is with the Curse Devil, where Aki has the ability to instantly kill his enemy after striking them 3 times using his sword that the Curse Devil gave him. Each time he strikes the person he's trying to curse, he says the word fire, immediately summoning the Curse Devil, who pushes a nail through his opponent while causing damage. And this is a very strong ability, although Aki has to pay a huge price to use the Curse Devil's power. And the final devil Aki is contracted with is the Future Devil, which enables him to see slightly ahead into the future, which is a very strong power to have. And with that being said, that pretty much sums up Aki. Next up we have Power, who is another main character in Chainsaw Man, and is one of the fiends that are part of Special Division 4. Power is introduced to us very early on in the series as the Fiend to be partnered up with Denji in Special Division 4, and just like Denji, she's mainly being supervised by Aki, and she ends up living with the two. And Power is a straight up narcissist and serves to be the chaotic younger sister type character of the group. Power is a fiend, so that means that when she was a devil, the Blood Devil to be specific, she would have taken over the corpse of the human her current appearance is based on. However, in a situation opposite to Denji, the devil's personality remained, and she also has distinct devil traits that developed on the corpse after taking it over. Furthermore, in the process of becoming a fiend, a devil's powers and abilities are weakened in most cases, so she likely did this because she had no choice, because why would she want to weaken herself? When first meeting Power, she comes across as self-centered and untrustworthy, and prior to being captured and forced to work for public safety, we learned that Power used to roam the countryside living freely with her cat Meowie. But with that being said, Power is definitely a handful, and she has equal hate for humans and devils. Since Power is the blood fiend, her abilities revolve around her manipulating her blood and using it in battle, so Power can create weapons from her blood such as hammers, knives and spears, anything really. It's just a really versatile ability. And in addition to this, she can also power up significantly after drinking or absorbing blood from devils. She also has a really strong sense of smell, and while she can use her blood manipulation to conjure weapons, she can also manipulate other people's blood, be it to prevent regeneration of devils or slow down the process of one's injuries. But with that being said, that pretty much sums it up for Power. And before we get into the next person, just remember, if you want more in-depth detailed videos on each of the characters, just check out the playlist, which I'll be updating with more characters regularly. And you can also check out my video ranking all devil hunters if that type of video is more your speed. But the next member of Special Division 4 we have is Himeno. Himeno serves as one of the leaders for the division alongside Aki. Himeno is a very friendly woman and a very well seasoned devil hunter, and she also has a thing for Aki, which is made very apparent throughout the series. In regards to Himeno's powers and abilities, she has a contract with the Ghost Devil, and she is able to use his power in exchange for feeding the Ghost Devil her right eye. Himeno can manifest the Ghost Devil's arm and use it to damage or restrain her opponents. The Ghost Devil's arm is also intangible and invisible, which definitely makes it a very strong ability to have. Alongside being able to manifest the Ghost Devil's arm to battle, at the cost of a large sacrifice, Himeno can also summon the Ghost Devil in its entirety. So while for the most part Himeno comes across as very reliable and confident, she does have her times when she cracks under pressure, and as said by Kishibe, she still has her head screwed on if she's visiting the graves of her fallen comrades, which means she's still very much sane even though being a devil hunter, which is definitely a weakness for her. Next we have one of the rookies of Special Division 4, Kobeni. Kobeni is a 20-year-old human girl, introduced to us at the end of the Bat Devil arc alongside the rest of the people who make up the squad led by Himeno and Aki. In terms of her personality and demeanor, Kobeni is a very shy individual, and she comes across as unstable and honestly unfit to be a devil hunter. She has many instances where she gets scared out of her mind or panics due to the situation at hand, which makes sense since she never actually wanted to be a devil hunter in the first place, but was forced to earn money by her parents to support her brother to go to college, and her options boil down to either being a sex worker or devil hunting. So, I mean, you can't really blame her. Kobeni's abilities are still an unknown, since as she said in her own words, her devil is a secret. However, we know that she has superhuman levels of agility, which is likely a result of whatever devil she's contracted with, and her movements when showcasing her speed and agility had her compared to a monkey. But that pretty much wraps up Kobeni. Next up we have the 22-year-old Hirokazu Arai, and he's the last of the rookies placed in Aki and Himeno's squad. And before joining the squad, he was trained up by Himeno for a total of 6 months. Honestly, there's not too much to say about Arai at all, since he didn't really do too much yet, but he's a pretty stand-up guy. Through his interactions with the rest of the group, and especially Kobeni, we can tell he's a well-mannered individual and cares for his teammates. And it's stated by Himeno that what he lacks in his ability, he makes up for in his drive and determination. And in regards to his abilities, he also has a contract with the Fox Devil, just like Aki. But with that being said, now let's get into the members of Special Division 4 that were introduced by Makima from other divisions to strengthen the squad and tackle the upcoming threat during the Katana Man arc. First up, we have the strongest devil hunter Kishibe, who originally comes from Division 1 and ends up becoming the captain of Special Division 4. Kishibe is an exceptional devil hunter and he's the strongest human devil hunter in public safety. Upon his introduction, he is made to train power in Denji, and he quickly shows why he holds his reputation as the strongest. Kishibe has displayed extraordinary strength, durability and reflexes for a human being, given how he was able to easily take down and counter power in Denji when they were training. In regards to Kishibe's abilities, Kishibe is contracted with the Claw Devil, the Knife Devil and the Needle Devil, which are very powerful devils befitting of the strongest human devil hunter, though we haven't really seen them in full-blown action at this point. Next, we have the Angel Devil. The Angel Devil, like the other individuals who aren't human working for public safety, was captured and made to use his power to aid public safety in their devil hunting. He's been stated to have the potential to be the second strongest in public safety by Makima, if he wasn't so lazy. Angel is a full-fledged devil, but he's a unique case as he isn't hostile towards humans. The thing I would say that stands out most about the Angel Devil is his huge white wings and halo, which really highlights the angel aspect of his character, but in his own words, he's a devil first and an angel second. In regards to Angel's abilities, he has one of the most unique and deadliest abilities you'll see in Chainsaw Man, and that's his life absorption, which is automatically activated if he makes contact with anyone, so he does refrain from touching others and vice versa. If he touches you, he can drain your lifespan, and if he touches you long enough, you'll eventually die. But the coolest thing about this technique is that he can make weapons using the accumulated years of lifespans he's taken as a source. So the more years he uses to make a weapon, the stronger it will be. And naturally, with the Angel Devil being a devil, he can regenerate his wounds and any injuries from the consumption of blood. But that's just about it for the Angel Devil. The next member of Special Division 4 we have is the Shark Fiend Beam. Since Beam is the Shark Fiend, initially he would have started out as the Shark Devil until he took over a human body. Not much is really known about Beam, but we know he's insanely loyal to Denji since he's Chainsaw Man, or I guess it's more accurate to say he was loyal to the Chainsaw Devil Pochita, and as a result his loyalty has now transferred to Denji since he's fused with Pochita. So as expected, Beam is very trustworthy when it comes to Denji. He's literally willing to do anything for him, and he's always glorifying how great Lord Chainsaw is. As a fiend, of course, Beam can regenerate any injuries through consuming blood, but his main ability is being able to swim through solid objects, which is an ability that has come in handy many times within the series, as we've seen him traverse walls and floors in this manner to either flee or get the drop on his enemies. And in addition to this, he can also undergo a full devil transformation for a short period of time, which increases his power significantly. The next person we have after Beam in Special Division 4 is Princi the Spider Devil, who embodies the fear of spiders. As expected, Princi has similar attributes to a spider, and she is one of those types of devils which are slightly friendlier with humans, and we know this as devils who have more human-like appearances tend to be more cooperative and friendly with humans. When she fights, Princi uses her sharp legs to decapitate and rip through enemies, and since she's a devil, she can obviously regenerate through consuming blood. But with that being said, we don't really have that much info on her in the slightest in regards to her past, her personality or anything, but she was recruited by Makima and she follows her orders strictly. Coming in after Princi, we have the Violence Fiend, also known as Galgali. The Violence Fiend, just like all the other fiends I mentioned that are part of Special Division 4, would have initially started out as their respective devil and ended up taking over a corpse, hence how they became a fiend. However, the Violence Fiend is a bit different to the other fiends, since for the most part, a devil taking over a corpse and becoming a fiend would result in them automatically becoming weaker once they do so. However, in the Violence Fiend's case, he's just as strong as when he would have been the Violence Devil. And another thing that's unexpected about the Violence Fiend is that despite him holding the title of being the Violence Fiend, he's actually really friendly and a cool guy. In regards to his abilities, Violence relies on hand-to-hand combat when fighting. He possesses immense physical strength and can manipulate his body at will to display his increase in power. And the final thing I have to say about the Violence Fiend is that his full power is kept in check by the poison dispensing mask he wears. And last but not least, we have Makima. And I was contemplating even adding her in the video, since I guess you can argue whether she's a member or just a person who founded Special Division 4. But Makima is filled with unknowns. She's highly respected in public safety even outside of the Tokyo division, and she seems to be feared by many due to her status in public safety, and respectfully so, since the way she carries herself is truly ominous, since it's borderline impossible to get a read on what she's thinking. In regards to Makima's abilities, her contracts are unknown and purposefully kept hidden amongst members of public safety. However, in the Katana Man arc, we see a small display of Makima's power, where she uses a technique that instantly kills her targets by sacrificing another human life. And this ability required her to be in a high place, and the result of her using this is her enemies being crushed to death, which is very gruesome if I do say so myself. But with that being said, we come to the end of the video, and that's all 12 members of Public Safety Special Division 4 explained. So this video was just meant to be a short introduction and breakdown of the Special Division 4 members, and I didn't really touch any information that won't be present in this season, just so the video is somewhat anime friendly where people can get a feel of the characters and pique a bit of their interest, but not getting that 400% of the character. And with that being said, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Chainsaw Man content. Also, feel free to check out my individual character videos if you want to learn more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.